welcome to the Arcade Football Podcast. I'm Carl Dixon, joined in the studio by two Matts, Matt Thurney.
Hello.
And Matt Ty.
Hello.
It's episode 9 of season 3, and we have a lot of managerial things to talk about this week, it feels. A lot of managerial stuff.
It's all about the managers this week.
It's all about the managers. We've got a messed up cup draw. We've got Premier League results, Premier League predictions,
The FA Cup somewhere in
horrific
there.
injury, FA Cup replays. Bit of everything.
And the flu.
And the flu, yeah. Matt Thurney isn't feeling very well, and as you will tell by your voice, Matt, can you speak to us so they just know that it is you?
My name is Matthew Thurney.
See, that is Matt. I know it doesn't sound like him, but it is Matt, we promise. This is where we needed the webcam, just to have proof we haven't got some random stranger in just using your name. What we'll do, we'll start with what is breaking news for us on Monday evening, and the fact that Derby County have sacked head coach Paul Clement after just 8 months in charge. Now, I know from speaking off air that there are different opinions in this studio. We'll start with for the decision, Matt Thurney.
Right and all, in my opinion. He hasn't got enough. I know, he's done a lot of stuff being assistant manager, but I think he hasn't really done it at Derby County. His job's been under scrutiny since he got there, and then for the past...
Is that his fault?
I'm not finished. For the past 2 months and a half, it's been really under pressure that he will get the sack, because when he's winning, they're not winning convincingly, and when they're losing badly. And then suddenly this run happened, which has resulted obviously in him getting the sack. So yeah, I'd say they were right.
I mean, they sacked him tonight, and Derby are 5th in the table, 7 league games without a victory, which is a very poor record, especially for Derby County. Their chairman, Mel Morris, who actually, by the way, made his money from Candy Crush, by the way. Just saying. He's come out and said that promotion was not the target this season.
Lies.
Right. So let me just say, if promotion isn't the target, yes, Derby aren't playing well, but they're 5th in the table. If promotion isn't the target, aren't they overachieving? We'll go with the person against the decision to sack Paul Clement, Matt Ty.
Yeah, I can't see... It's all based on that. If promotion wasn't their primary aim, then they shouldn't sack Paul Clement. Because granted, they've gone 7 games without a win, but it's either 3 or 4 defeats, and then the flip side is in draws. So that's not entirely bad. If you look on that sort of run that teams have been on, then I think over half of the Championship managers could also be sacked based upon those figures.
But then, don't you see how, with his background that he's had, that the expectation is high? He's worked with Real Madrid, he's worked with Chelsea. The expectation is high.
Yeah, but if you look at some of the other managers, they have also come from not as high as Real Madrid. But
Aitor Karanka at Middlesbrough
was Jose Mourinho's number 1 before, when he was at Real Madrid, before Andre Villas-Boas at Chelsea.
Yeah, which I do agree, but then not every chairman's the same, is what I mean.
Yeah, but you're talking about the manager's statistics, and now you're bringing in the chairman.
No, but what I'm saying is that not every chairman's the same. The Middlesbrough, the Middlesbrough chairman is prepared to give him a chance, whereas the Derby one obviously wasn't.
Well, if he's not willing to give him a chance, and he's openly admitted that promotion is not the target, then I see no reason why the Derby fans should stick with this guy. Like, if he's openly said, even though the last 3 seasons they've been trying for promotion, he says that's not our target. The manager, he's done all right up until now. He's just had a few dodgy games. We're going to get rid of him as soon as we can. The Derby fans, and by following social media, even well-known ones like Robbie Savage, who pretty much wears his heart on his sleeve, and 9 times out of 10 I don't agree with, they're all in uproar. They're saying, why on earth have you sacked him? He's probably their best manager since... They've granted some of the results have not been great, but he's probably been their best manager they've had for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And this guy they brought in on a temporary basis, if, say, they drop out the playoff now, they've sort of ruined their season.
See, what I would say is the squad that Derby have got and they've had all season, when you consider they've got the likes of Thomas Ince, Bradley Johnson, Andy Weilman, Darren Bent, Chris Martin up front, a lot of very, very good Premier League level players, you'd say, at this point.
Oh, I'd say could-haves. A lot of could-haves.
Maybe a lot of could have, but they have the talent to be there if their attitude's right.
Yeah.
When you look at that and the experience that Clement's got, Derby haven't been good enough this season. That's correct. You know what I mean? There's no question in that. But if they're saying promotion is not the target, I don't see a reason why he's been sacked.
Yeah, I do see what you're saying there, but it's like my point earlier. Because of his reputation, his name was always going to be on the line if the team starts doing badly.
But they also should take into account this is his first proper managerial job. He's not going to go in all guns blazing, winning the championship. Which you should think.
I do totally agree. But that's the way it is these days. Though,
another thing to point on is this whole, obviously, what will anger the fans more than sacking is him saying that promotion wasn't target, especially considering that next season's Premier League brings in a new TV deal, brings in more money. This was the season every championship side should have gone, I want to win promotion. Even if they've just been promoted, I want to win promotion.
Because with the new bumper deal that the Premier League will get, even if Derby finish 20th in the Premier League next season, again, they will get £99 million from TV rights alone. That's something any club should be aiming for.
Yeah. That's why it's even worse to be a Villa fan that we're literally just missing out by a season. We'll get to that.
What do you get, 30?
Who is going to take over? What we're going to do is, obviously there's three of us in the studio. We'll all say a prediction, because I've got my prediction. I'm pretty sure you've probably got your own. We'll start with Matt Ty.
I don't even know who sort of managers are out there at the moment, besides sort of the ones we were speaking about earlier.
I personally think Nigel Pearson will take over, because the job seems tailor-made for him. He's a very good championship manager. While last season, yes, he kept Leicester up and it was brilliant, throughout the season he wasn't good enough as manager.
Just one after thought, Neil Warnock.
That's a good shape, but I'm pretty sure he's retired. I think
he's retiring soon.
He's trying to leave the game at least, I'm sure. Because he's sort of QPR's director of football, but when after Chris Ramsey got sacked and before Jimmy Floyd Hasbank took over, he was their sort of interim manager, and he says he still enjoys the management, right? But he wants to do it less. I
mean, Derby might look at a lower league manager, a League One manager that's doing well, and try and bring him up through the ranks. Or what about someone like Harry Redknapp?
He's retired, I think.
He hasn't fully announced it. He hasn't taken jobs on lately, yes, but I don't think he's fully announced he's
He hasn't taken one job on since QPR. That was a long time.
The only thing that would go against that is Harry Redknapp's pretty against moving to the north. He lives local in Southampton. Well, he lives in Bournemouth, I think, and he's very adamant that he doesn't take jobs in the north.
As far north as he wants to go is London.
Yeah, that's as far as he's ever gone, I believe.
Yeah.
So that
not in his life, just like
when Tottenham or Southampton were playing Newcastle, it's like, no lads, I'm just going to stay at home. I'll watch you on telly.
Is it on TV? No. Oh well. Good luck. But how will this affect Derby going on for the rest of the season? Can they get not their primary target, but can they get promotion?
No.
No, but it's going to be interesting how the fans and the players react. If the fans going, hang on, we thought this would be our year to get promotion, because even if we do go down the next season, we got nearly £100 million coming into the club. And then now the players are like, so I'm busting my gut for 90 minutes and you don't really want me to?
Yeah, seems a bit backwards. Derby a bit backwards at the moment.
Well, I've always had the feeling that when you sack your manager, you're never going to achieve your objective. Especially
what is their objective?
Especially when you're trying to go like to the top.
Place.
Yeah. And
18th place is Derby.
Yeah.
Like if they do have a good season, end up getting promoted, then fair play. But I can see him staying in the playoffs, and yeah, that's it really.
I mean,
they're a good side. But
I mean, I'm guessing the Derby chairman's main primary target, his words, this season was probably, as you say, staying in the league by the sounds of it, because it's literally the equivalent of Arsene Wenger being told at the start of the season, we don't want you to aim for the league title, we don't want you to aim for Champions League, our primary target is to stay in the Premier League. That's the equivalent of what it is, because Derby have probably been a top 3 side in the Championship since they went down, more or less, apart from a couple of seasons.
I'd say certainly since like 2011, they've been challenging for promotion back to the Premier League.
Yeah.
So it is a really bizarre one.
Because Paul Clement's not exactly had a bad run. He's won just under half of all of his matches in charge of Derby County. That's all competition. So that's the League Cup, FA Cup, and the countless Championship games there are this season.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see what happens there. We'll watch that space. We'll move on from Derby County and we'll move on to, before we speak about the weekend's results, I think we should probably speak about the story that's been all over the newspapers over the weekend, and that's the Liverpool protest over ticket prices.
The 20's Plenty campaign.
The 20 is Plenty campaign. Jurgen Klopp this morning said it's in everyone's best interest to find a solution, which it is, of course.
Former Liverpool manager Roy Evans supported the walkout, tweeting saying, Liverpool fans have every right to protest today. They've always stood up for what they believe in. LFC wouldn't be what it is without them.
And we've also got to know Jamie Carragher was part of that walkout.
Yeah, Jamie Carragher was part. The protest is about the fact that next season in the main stand of the new Anfield stand, one of the new stands on the new Anfield as such, the top ticket, the most expensive ticket, is £77. I don't know exactly who that's against, but I'm guessing it's against the Man United.
That'll probably be a
and
Kane.
Everton. So this against Sunderland on Saturday in the 77th minute. Very clever.
It's like they planned it.
It's like there a lot of the fans walked out. It was a lot of the fans as
The
well.
Cops looked scarily empty.
And all of a sudden, Liverpool 2-0 up cruising, drew the game 2-2. Not a coincidence, if you ask me. Which is why you can see the whole thing. Football is nothing without the fans. It was kind of in evidence at Anfield in the last 10 minutes.
See, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm all for the protest they had. I do believe it's stupidly priced, because with those ticket pricings going up, they are pricing out those fans who live near the area, those young fans, from going to those type of games.
And I mean, and I don't mean this in any offence at all, but this is Liverpool. The people local to the stadium are not going to pay £77 for a ticket. I'm not sure they have £77 for a ticket.
I'm pretty sure no football fans as fair.
This is to help, because they're redesigning one of the main stands to make it give it another tier and to increase the capacity. So they've had to raise up the prices to cover the costs of the building work. But
which is what Arsenal have done since the Emirates.
This is what Chelsea will probably do in a few years' time if we get our 60,000 seater thing go through. But one thing, if you're going to protest the price of anything, don't buy it.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. If it's tickets for next season, this £77 ticket, if it's against United or Everton, they should have arranged it that no one buys a ticket. And then you see that cop stand, that new stand, completely empty for one of the biggest games of the season. And then that's the only way it's going to make an impact. Whether it's possible, I don't know, because people will buy it. That's the problem. Somebody will buy it. Do you know what I mean? There will be enough people to buy it that it's not going to make a difference to the club.
Because they're also planning protests against Chelsea and the home games against Chelsea and Manchester City, which are in a few weeks' time, which is understandable. But rather than walking out 77 minutes, by buying the ticket and sitting through 77 minutes, you've kind of already bought in. Yeah, bought into the fact. If you want to,
it doesn't make a difference
that you don't want to buy the ticket, then don't buy the ticket.
This sounds really heartless, right? But all the club care, it sounds daft. If the people buy their tickets, whether they turn up to the game or not, they've paid the money for the tickets. So the club don't care if they're there or not. The manager will, and the players will, and the people in the club who have the football heart will. But the businessmen, the Americans in charge, they won't care that they've walked out. They'll go, you still paid for your tickets, it's your loss. You missed the last 10 minutes, not us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Liverpool, the club did cancel a live Q&A session about the pricing structure, which was meant to be today, actually, on the Monday at 6. They cancelled it this morning and said they're not going to do it, which is a bit spineless, I suppose, is the right word.
Well,
I think
of the questions are going to be, why are you doing it?
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement that it shouldn't be £77.
76.
Well,
£76.99.
I do agree with, in terms of a pricing structure, that for Liverpool, the games against Man United, Everton, Arsenal, Chelsea, maybe Tottenham, you could put in there now, should be the 5 most expensive tickets into the season.
Wait, hang on a minute. You say...
and City's a 6.
I know that sounded really harsh because you're saying that Tottenham, you could maybe put Tottenham in there. Tottenham for the past 5 seasons, barring one of those seasons, have done better than Liverpool.
Yeah, but
and you're telling me
it's not about that ticket price. It's about rivalry.
I know, but it's how you said it. I was like, hang on a minute.
I know what you mean.
Me.
I mean, Tottenham will be up there in that bracket.
Yeah.
Whether they'll be in the top 5, I don't know. And I agree that they should be the most expensive in games against the 3 promoted sides, against a Newcastle if they stay up, Sunderland, West Brom, should be in the lower brackets.
Yeah.
Because they're not important games. Do you know what I mean? I get that. £77 is way too much. To me, Man United at home for Liverpool in this new stand, £60 maximum. It's still expensive, definitely. But it's just as expensive as, say, a ticket to go and watch Beyonce in concert. It's probably cheaper, in fact.
That's true, yeah.
The top artists are expensive.
Like, the most expensive ticket at Wembley for the cup final is only, I think, £45 more than what you're suggesting. Yeah,
so, but I mean, in terms of looking at it as a business, and I know we don't like this because I know we don't want to think of football as a business, but football is missing out on that sense because, as we say, the top artists, Beyonce, Kanye West, the top comedians, something like that, their tickets to fill out Wembley Stadium or the O2 or wherever they're touring that night, to get a good seat, you're looking at £100 a ticket.
Well, in some senses, it is like you're paying to go and see the Super Bowl, where at half-time you're going to see a massive act like they had at the Super Bowl. Yeah. It's not like at half-time at Anfield, suddenly Bruno Mars is going to come out in his pink suit and start doing Uptown Funk.
Someone tweeted that perfectly about the half-time shows, like, go to Wembley's for the cup final and you see One Direction come out when Hull 2-1 down.
Admittedly, I understand that, but I can see why they've put it so high. I don't agree with it, but I can see why the businessmen have done it.
Yeah, I think.
Do you know what I mean?
I think everyone's going to agree with you there. But at the end of the day, it's wrong that they're doing that. It's wrong that they're doing that.
Because it's wrong. It's wrong that, as I say, like tickets to Beyonce or whoever. I don't know why I keep saying Beyonce.
Well, you're denying people the right to see their football team.
Yeah.
Like, why should someone that is as rich as go and see my team I support than myself?
But is that, and we're not going to get into this argument because it's not the subject of the show, I suppose, but is that not a society problem more than a football problem? The richer people get the more chance at more things because they have the more money.
Let's not get into that.
That's a different podcast.
That's a different podcast.
Because then we're going to go into politics and I am not sitting here.
I had to throw it in there. So we'll move on to the weekend's results. By the way, if you have your own opinions on the ticket prices, because I'm pretty sure everybody has, let us know through Twitter or Facebook. You know where the links are. You can find them.
Section on YouTube.
Or the comment section, of course. We'll move on to Saturday's results. No, we won't. We will move on to... We'll start with the midweek results from last week, because obviously we did the podcast on the Monday. We won't talk about all of them, but we'll talk about a couple of the main ones as it leads into the Saturdays. We got to start with Leicester. We'll talk
God.
about the two games, because I know it'll be difficult to stick to one. Leicester beat Liverpool 2-0, then won at the Etihad comfortably as well, we must add.
They're playing without fear.
They'll
They are.
win the title.
You reckon?
They will win the title.
Do you want to do a Graham bet?
Well, I've put a bet on it. They will win the title.
I'm pretty sure I did a Graham bet last year and it hasn't fulfilled it.
Because
Yeah.
I might have thought that was cold. Just shock his system.
basically, there's no team in the Premier League that is keeping up with their pace, and the hunger. I mean, every single one of those players is absolutely brilliant, and it is proper football that we're seeing from Leicester City at the moment.
So the thing is, if it was Manchester City or Chelsea or Arsenal or United that go 5 points clear with 13 games to go,
And you've beaten...
and you've beaten two of the main title rivals. I know Liverpool aren't up there, but you consider them at the start of the season. So you're 5 points clear, 13 games to go. You've beaten teams around you. You would say if that was Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Man City, they're going to win the league.
Yeah.
They're the full-on favourite. The only thing going against Leicester, well, the two things, their name value, they're Leicester City, so they're not a big team, and the lack of experience.
I don't think it's a lack of experience that's going against
Lack of experience at winning titles.
No, I see where you're coming from, but I don't think that's what's going against them. I think it's the depth that's going to go against them. Because coming towards the business end of the season, we're talking about, I can't remember who brought it up, but they said the last 6 games of the season will prove whether you can win the title. Like Blackburn, when they won the title, they only won 2 of their last 6.
And one of the main reasons Blackburn won the title was because United played very poorly
Exactly.
on that final day.
So...
I thought it was Liverpool.
No,
it
it was
United.
Man
at
United.
Liverpool.
Oh,
No, Blackburn were at Liverpool.
Yeah. Man United were at West Ham.
Yeah.
But the reason why I think Leicester will do it, though, is because they've got character. And they've got 2 players in that side that have been absolutely phenomenal all season.
They're in a position now there, and now more than ever, if Vardy and Mahrez go out of form or get a serious injury, their title race could be over. Like that.
To an extent.
To an extent, yeah.
I was saying to Matt earlier that what you've got to remember is that with this Leicester side, it isn't just about those 2, I don't think. You look at that entire side, it's a team.
Mm.
It's an entire team that's doing
Leicester's performance at City on Saturday, I would say it's the best defensive performance I've seen all season.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Probably for the past couple of years. They were that good.
Going back to Matt with the last 6 fixtures of the season will define it. These are Leicester's last 6. Away to Sunderland, home games against West Ham and Swansea. They finish April away to Manchester United, who at that point could be do or die, do get the Champions League. Then Everton, and their last game of the season is away to Chelsea.
Well, what you got to look at that. Sunderland away. Sunderland will be fighting for promotion, so they're going to be up for it. West Ham is always a tough game. Could be fighting for Europe. Swansea will be in the relegation race as well. Man United, the Champions League they'll need. Everton will be challenging for Europe, as will Chelsea. Chelsea will be clinging on to a Champions League place. They hope at that point. You know what I mean? They hope to rise to that point. So those 6 games are very difficult, but you would say from March to May there are no easy games in the Premier League. It's too unpredictable because more so than the Novembers, I'd say, because you've got teams with a reason to fight. Where in November there's a lot of football still to be played.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll move on from Leicester because we could probably sit here all night talking about Leicester, and we've spent most of this season talking about Leicester. I think.
They deserve it.
Oh, they do deserve it. I think everyone has. We'll move on to... Let's speak about Tottenham, because that's one team who haven't had the full praise I suppose they deserve. You guys both believe this. They are title challengers.
Yeah.
Title challengers.
Yeah.
Are they, in terms of, if you were a bookie now, and I know you guys, I know Matt Thurney in particular knows who his favourites and whatnot. Where would you put Tottenham in terms of favourites for the league?
I would put them 3rd.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think
So Are you going Leicester, obviously, Arsenal, Tottenham, or City, Tottenham?
Arsenal, Tottenham.
So City are 4 favourites for the title.
You cannot win the title and not beat any win the title and not beat any of the top 6. It's that is not forgivable.
It's
stupid.
Rare.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I still think City will win the league, but
Put it this way: next weekend you've got what is it? Leicester facing Arsenal, haven't you? And then you've got City playing Tottenham.
If City
Tottenham, lose or draw, and Leicester win or draw, then that is it. Man City can forget about the title, in my opinion.
Maybe, but if City beat Tottenham and Arsenal beat Leicester, it's wide open again.
It's wide open, yeah. But
That's
then
how unpredictable it is.
But I think that if City drop even more points, that is it then.
Tottenham ground out a result against Watford without impressing as such.
Yeah.
They failed to beat Gomez, who had a brilliant game, Heredio Gomez, which I'm sure he would have liked considering he failed at Tottenham, if you remember.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What do you guys make of Kieran Trippier? You guys' first goal for Tottenham?
I think he's a good player.
He's a good player. I still think it was an odd move for him to go from Burnley, starting at Burnley, to Tottenham's bench.
But he's pushed himself into the starting lineup.
He's pushed himself into a starting lineup, but he's also been helped by. Granted, you got to take the most of your chances with with
Carl Walker's injuries.
Their Walker's injuries and their other fullback not being in the best of form. But I still think it was an odd move because they also signed Ben Davies, sort of like the window before, as backup, and then they got Trippier in. So unless one of them leaves this summer, I don't know how much football Trippier's going to get.
It's a hell of a second team, I suppose. Second defence they've got there. Two fullbacks who you would consider as starting fullbacks at any other team not in the top 6.
It kind of reaffirms.
Well, even at Leicester they'd be starting fullbacks.
It kind of reaffirms Tottenham are going for something this season. They've got a good Premier League squad, and then their second string, which will either play in the FA Cup or Europa League, is still pretty good.
Do you reckon that's what Villa's Spurs? I keep doing that. Pochettino's thinking was the fact that he's gone.
I think if they get a cup, that'll be good for them.
But do you think that's what he's aiming for when he's gone, I want to make a second team nearly as strong as my first team?
If he didn't intend to do it, he's done well, because that's probably one of the best ways to create.
It's the best way to create. Yeah, because if your starting right back gets seriously injured, you've got a right back coming in who's just as good or slightly worse. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
It's how the likes of Man United under Fergie's prime won the Premier League and the treble.
Yeah,
So,
only Gunnar Solskjaer never really started.
yeah, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is one of the best strikers in the Premier League.
Babyface assassin.
But he was a substitute for the predominant of his career. So Tottenham ground out a result. We will move on to another Saturday result. We'll move on to Everton. Can Everton break the top 4?
No.
They're slowly picking up results. They're slowly
picking up
getting
results,
there.
yes, but I don't see that top. I don't really see the top 5 shifting.
I can see the top 5 shifting, but if
I
United can't.
What I mean is, I don't see those top 5 will stay in the top 5, but they can swap around each other. I don't see them going down.
Well, it's like what Stuart Pearce was saying earlier today. If Man United will not break in that top 4 unless there is a massive mess up by one of those teams. If United aren't going to break into it, no other team's going to break into it.
I mean, there is between the two Manchester clubs, there is a
6 points, isn't it?
6 points gap. So I can understand what you're saying. We'll move on to the relegation race on a Saturday. We'll start with a game which I never thought would happen. A result I never thought would happen. Villa have won again.
By more than one goal.
So
and a clean sheet.
It's our 3rd win of the season. And a clean sheet, yes. Mark Butt,
well, here's a little fact for you. Every time Villa have won, they've kept a clean sheet now.
Well, for you.
I know. We might not finish bottom. That's as far as I'm going.
You are 4 points off Sunderland, who had a lucky draw.
I'm
lucky for Liverpool. Sunderland could have won it in the end.
As long as we don't finish 20th position at this point in the season, I'm happy. I won't be upset at the end of the season. We're done. We're down. End of story.
If you get 20 points?
I'll celebrate. I don't care.
Get hammered.
I'm looking forward to a championship next season.
With Derby.
No, yeah.
They're not going for promotion.
A championship battle
And when
to stay in.
when Southend get promoted.
No.
And then we switch the PlayStation off. So it's a win for Villa. Are West Brom gonna get dragged into this?
Of course they are. They ain't got a striker that can score.
I do want to make note of Tony Pulis's comments. I'm not sure if you guys seen this. Afterwards, in an interview, he was
after
asked
the Newcastle game.
after the Newcastle game. They lost to Newcastle, and he was asked, "Your side didn't get any shot on target today. What would you say to change that?" And he went, "We didn't get any shot on target, but Villa only got 3 in their game." All right, well we got 3 more than you did. Do you know what I mean? We scored at Newcastle,
but you won.
Yeah, we won. Tony Pulis. A lot of the Albion fans are getting really frustrated with Pulis now because of his inability. Newcastle away, he went with 2 defensive midfielders and 1 striker. He went, "I'll take a 0-0 basically."
Isn't that the Tony Pulis method?
Maybe, but is it working at the minute?
It's not at all. Thing is, at West Brom, they have not got a solid centre-back.
I just keep thinking of Jonas Olsen, and that's just like hilarious.
Exactly, and he ain't that good.
Not anymore, anyway. So you got Albion could get dragged into it. Villa are down. Sunderland might stay up.
Swansea are putting a bit of fight now. They've got a new manager. It's like 3 wins out of 4, and that 4th game was a draw against West Brom.
Norwich are struggling.
I think Alex Neil will be the next manager to be out the door. I do.
It's a possibility.
I think he will. They're losing all the time now, and it seems like...
The reason I say Albion could get dragged into it, because when you look at Sunderland are picking up points now, Newcastle are picking up points, Swansea are picking up points, even Villa are picking up points, but that doesn't matter. Bournemouth are, apart from yesterday, doing well. They're picking up some points. The next one up is Albion, who are on a bad run. Admittedly, the next one up from that is Chelsea, but it stops at Chelsea, don't you think? It's 12 down, 14 down even, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask for predictions yet of who's going to join Villa in the Championship next season. So we'll move on to before we do the biggest game on a Sunday between 2 massive clubs, we'll do Chelsea Man United.
I was nice to you when Villa
won. What do you guys make of Diego Costa's antics this week? Not just Man United, but Watford.
Matt, we still got to do our predictions yet. Don't worry.
He doesn't affect him. He's resigned to them just for 19.
That's
true, a party for him. So
no, I'm not resigned to us finishing 19th. I'm hopeful we finish 19th.
And he's hoping to get an invite to Vardy's party.
Oh.
2 Vardy's having a party.
No, but yeah, sorry.
What do you guys make of Diego Costa's antics this week? He's proven once again that he's the most troublesome player in the Premier League, especially against Watford.
I wouldn't call it troublesome. I would call it other teams provoking him. And
come on.
Listen. Other teams provoking him when you're provoking one of the best strikers in the Premier League, and isn't every striker around the world a bit like him? It's just that he's got a little bit of a temper.
No.
Yes. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Alan Shearer, Didier Drogba.
Alan Shearer?
Yeah, he had a temper.
Now and again. All right. Oh, then I'll throw at you Sergio Aguero. Lionel Messi. Do you see Messi losing his temper?
Yeah, but they're short.
Mate, admittedly...
They're short-tempered.
Admittedly,
right?
Diego Costa looks like an ogre. Do you know what I mean? But is it the best way for him to go about himself?
Yeah.
Is it?
It makes defenders scared of him. If he decides to change the way he acts around defenders, suddenly everyone's like, "Oh, we can bully him and everything." Whereas now they don't want to, because they know they might.
The thing is, it's the case that if we try and take away anger from Diego Costa, do we lose that goal-scoring threat and drive?
And at the moment, he's on 7 goals in 8 games.
Maybe.
Do you want to take that away?
I would.
Really?
I would say it's.
Let me flip it to you. Would you want Diego Costa in Aston Villa? Would you want someone?
Oh hell yeah.
There you go. Don't.
Oh yeah,
then
definitely.
You can't argue.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying it's not a great I'm not saying it's not great for
I'll-
Chelsea fans.
I'll admit, some of his antics, there was a point where you just think, oh, for goodness sake, Diego. Well, I don't think that, but for the sake of the show, I do. You just do what kind of want him to stop. But there's the incident against Watford. I can't remember which player it was, but the Watford player started it with Costa. Costa nudged him. He went down like he was shot, and even Troy Deeney said, actually, our player did that wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, they were, didn't he,
yeah,
after
he
the
did.
game as well.
What I would say in
Don't
terms
start
of
something you can't finish with Diego Costa because it won't work for
yeah,
you.
well, this is the problem in terms of Chelsea's point of view. The referees have now marked Costa out. So if something does happen, they're automatically against Costa. It shouldn't be like that, but he's got himself a reputation. That could go against Chelsea in the long run.
Are you saying that? But referees have always got that preconceived judgment of other players due to either stuff like this, the other games, other referees.
Definitely.
So it's not nothing new.
No, I know, but in terms of like, say you find a situation where two players have a scuffle, Costa and someone else, but Costa's completely innocent. He could find himself getting sent off because they've automatically gone, oh, it's Costa's fault. I'm not saying it's right, but that's what he has to be careful of.
If they do that, then the FA judgment will overturn it.
Yeah, they'll overturn the ban, but you could lose a hugely important game. That's the only thing I'd be worried about if I was a Chelsea fan. Apart from that, in terms of from a Chelsea fan point of view.
If you take him from since Gus Hilling's taken over to when he was with Mourinho.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
He's not a completely different player. He's still got that edge to him, but he's not as
annoying. And he's now scoring goals. He's gone from just kicking off and not really scoring
to kicking off and scoring.
Well, he's not, as you say, he's not as bad as he was, so he's now just a bit edgy. He has his moments, but for the predominant time, he's just a bit edgy and now he's scoring goals.
I think he's on 10 league goals this season now.
Exactly, and I'm pretty sure.
8 of them are under
yeah, that's what I was going to say. What do you guys make about their late equaliser then? So
loved it.
Should Chelsea? Well, if Chelsea are going to get Europe, don't you think they had to win that game?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's kind of a given.
No, but
I think we should. One thing I would like to clear up here, because I feel really sorry for this player, is Memphis Depay. No, I want to clear this up. I hate United, but it's the only nice thing I'm going to say about a player that plays for them. You cannot blame one player for Diego Costa scoring that goal. That was awful defending by United. Awful defending.
I mean, to be quite honest with you, this is what I got confused about. I saw the goal, and I saw a few replays, and I thought to myself, what's this got to do with Depay? It was Blin that slipped over. Do you know what I mean?
And the person that's running back onto the line actually got there before the ball went into the net. So he should be clearing off the line. So there's another mistake. And they're blaming him because he passed it into the wrong area. You're blaming him because he's off form. That's all they're blaming him for.
But Depay's off form because the Man United fans have turned on him. They turned on him from the second appearance he was there and he had a bad game.
Exactly. And
That's
to be fair,
the problem.
don't get me wrong, I think he's doing terrible and he needs to sort himself out. But you're not helping him by blaming him for everything. You're not.
No. Kurt Zuma. Last
that
mention.
knee was horrendous. Both Matt and I felt sick.
Good blimey.
We do wish Kurt Zuma
yeah.
It has been confirmed
recovery.
that he has done his ACL and he will be having surgery within the next 24 to 48 hours, and he will spend about 6 months out of football.
Yeah, 6. But then you've got to think rehab, match fitness. You're looking at 8 months before he's back to the player that he could be.
So who's a young French defender besides Zuma who could be now getting a Euro call up? Because you got to think Zuma would be on that plane the way he's been playing recently with Koscielny and Varane.
Should we see what ranks are in the Alan Pardew, French lockup? Yeah, I don't know. There might be someone there.
Newcastle youth teams.
If you go on current form, Koscielny and Varane were the starting defenders for France with Zuma as a sub.
Koscielny's
there will be players in the French league that are unheard of to us, I suppose.
Is Mangala French?
Yeah.
If he turns his season around, he could be on the plane.
Well, no, he will be now, definitely.
I don't know.
The way he's playing though.
Don't know. I can see them putting someone from Lille or Marseille going with someone in form.
Marseille aren't exactly informed. They haven't won a home game since.
No, I know, but like that sort of.
Yeah, I was going to say, really?
I didn't mean
Have
Marseille
you seen the French
in
league?
particular.
It's
Marseille
awful.
have got Stephen Fletcher.
That is the greatest transfer I've ever seen. I said this last week, but did you guys, on this note, did you guys see Edison Cavani's face when Stephen Fletcher came on?
It was amazing.
Have you not saw it?
No.
It was so comical. It was just sort of like, right, I'm scared. Do you know what I mean? But Remy Cavella did score a great goal in that game,
He
by
did,
the way.
did
So,
yep.
the Tyneside rejects are doing it for Marseille.
Well, not because they lost again.
They're scoring, at least. They're scoring against PSG, which is rare this season. We will move on to the final game on a Sunday. It was the early game. Bournemouth versus Arsenal.
Arsenal's first win in over a month.
Yeah. And
Oxlade-Chamberlain's first away goal ever.
which is quite a weird stat, actually, considering he's playing for Arsenal 2-3 years now. He's not scored a goal outside the Emirates. Really?
It's Arsenal's first goal in like 5 hours of football as well, something weird like that.
Arsenal are in the title race, we know that. Bournemouth are doing well. We spoke about that before. I want to speak about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Would you guys put him in the Euros squad?
Yes, but he wouldn't be in my first team.
He'll be on the bench, yeah.
There are a lot of players in that position, English-wise. There are a lot of attacking midfielders who are in with a shape somewhere. I'm not sure I'd put him in the squad. To me, you've got to go Oxlade-Chamberlain or Walker. It'll be one or the other. I prefer Oxlade-Chamberlain, of course, but I think Walker offers you a bit more. He can play up front as well as on the wing. So it might be beneficial to the squad a bit more than Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I'd go with Lallana over Oxlade-Chamberlain because he adds more to the squad. Dele Alli over Oxlade-Chamberlain, definitely. Barkley.
No, but hang on a minute. No, but then you're just naming players in midfield.
It's attacking midfield, centre.
No, he plays out on the wing. He's never played down the middle.
He has lots of times.
Yeah, but not.
He did for Staines.
Yeah, not that often.
He has for England at some point.
Yeah,
Dele Alli's
let's
played
be honest,
on the wing.
not played well there.
I know,
He's
but
more on the wing.
Dele Alli and Barkley both play on the wing as well.
No, they don't. Since when has Ali played on the wing?
He's played on the wing plenty of times this year. What I'm saying is that attacking midfield role, in terms of 3 positions on the pitch, wing and centre attacking midfield, there are lots of options.
I mean, if we stick to the wing, like you got Raheem Sterling, you've got loads of names anyway that are going to get in his way. Let's just make that clear. There is loads of names anyway.
On that note, then, if there's one attacking midfield place as centre attacking midfield, are you dropping Dele Alli or Ross Barkley?
I am dropping.
Or do you go one of them in there and one on the wing?
Again, I think this is the thing of Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard. Yeah. Like, which one do you play? Because it's the headache you want, but it's not. It's the headache you're there like, oh, for flip's sake.
Ross Barkley can play on one of the wings, though. That's why. That's where I'd play him and play Dele Alli off the striker. We will move on from that because we'll probably be here talking ages about England. We've got not much time.
Just under 20 minutes.
We want to quickly mention the Scottish Cup quarter-finals. We don't need to talk about a draw because it's not a very interesting competition. Celtic or Rangers? Well, Celtic avoided a trip to Dundee United and host Greenock Morton. Anyone interested?
Get in.
The fact of the matter is
big game
that the draw got messed up.
First time in a long time a live draw has been messed up big time on TV.
A particular number was drew twice, which I don't understand. Why? Say it's number 4, for example. Why would you have 2 balls that have number 4 on it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 6,
yeah,
7, 8.
It doesn't make sense.
Genius!
What, were you planning to do 2 draws? 3 draws? Do you know what I mean? If it was they were doing the quarter-final draw and then the semi-final draw, I understand it. To a point. I still don't think they should have done it like that, but I understand it why it could happen. Why were there 2 number 4s in there? What guy who's now been sacked, of course, suddenly went...
It's like when they make...
I don't think I've put number 4 in there. I'll just put it in anyway.
It's like on, was it, Gillette Soccer Saturday, when the mistake is made, Jeff Sterling has to laugh on the TV, but then when he goes to a break, he's like this, sack that guy who made that mistake. I look like a dick.
It's just like, damn it, Cammy.
How Cammy kept his job after reports were sending off? There's been sending off, has there?
It was the one earlier this season at West Ham where they cut to him 4 times, literally. They cut to him and go, so what's happening at Upton Park, Cammy? And he's just watching the game.
Well,
Can't hear him at all.
Did you see that one? I think it was Steve Cotty. No, not Steve Cotty. Tony Cotty. They cut to him and he's looking at the camera. He's there. He's just there like. He's looking at the camera. I'm just there like. Do you not know it's on? It's start talking.
It's just a broadcasting issue more than anything. I mean, like. I remember one with Cammy this season. He says that there's one where he's talking to the person, obviously his producer with him, and he goes, "Do you still want me after the game, Carly?" Which sounds weird anyway, right? But this is where Jeff Stunning plays it off perfectly because he turns around and he could go, "Oh well," he goes, "Cammy, I've told you not to call me Carly in public. That's just for us." That's how you play it off on a TV show.
Yeah.
It'll only work on Soccer Saturday. If they did that on Final Score, everyone Ofcom would go mental.
But if they've done an Andrew Marr show.
Gosh.
Okay.
Did you feel that? There was a shake in the earth. We'll move on to predictions with around 13 minutes to go.
We have got 2 midweek fixtures of note as they are FA Cup replays. West Ham are hosting a possibly Jurgen Klopp Liverpool because he was missing.
Yeah, I think he'll be back.
Because he missed the weekend game with
He did a press conference this morning, so he should be back.
That is tomorrow, yes.
Yeah.
But didn't he do the press conference?
He might have done.
Sunday?
He might have done. Liverpool, of course, lost at Upton Park
Weeks.
a month ago now-ish. And they're also fighting in the Capital One Cup, so there's a lot of games for Liverpool. Matt Thurney, prediction.
I'm going to go 2-0 West Ham.
Matt Ty?
Draw, West Ham win on penalties.
Oh yeah, penalties of course. And Adrian, the super penalty keeper stopper in the FA Cup.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
But then Mignolet did do well in the semis of the recent.
He was helped by every time Button tried to make a save, he went right. So all the Liverpool players will just go the other way then.
Yeah.
To be fair, none of us noticed that until on Soccer AM. They just said, "Did no one realise all he done was just go."
Right.
Well, what it was, he dived there the first time, went, no, I think they'll go that way again. Second time, miss. Oh, one of them's got to be, surely. Logic,
It's a crucial penalty. I'll stick to that way.
Just in case.
Stick to what I know. Maybe he's scared of diving to the left and completely messing it up.
He's like Zoolander. I can turn left.
A Zoolander reference, brilliant. I'm going to go 2-0 West Ham as well. I think Mikel Antonio's in a good run of form as well. Colo Torre is going to be eaten to pieces. That's the weirdest saying. Peterborough West Brom is the other replay on Wednesday, and it's at Peterborough, which in cup ties like this helps.
Peterborough's going to be buzzing.
Peterborough should be buzzing. A Wednesday night game isn't always the most atmospheric in these sort of...
With only 2 replays, they guarantee it's on TV.
Yeah, that's true. I think Peterborough have got a chance here. What would probably be the upset of the round, the whole round, I suppose. There haven't been many upsets in the FA Cup this season, actually, really.
No.
So it's a big chance for them. Matt Thurney.
I'm going to go 0-0. And then, Peterborough penalties, I think.
Matt Ty?
Peterborough outright. 2-1.
I'm going to go 1-0 Peterborough, and West Brom have 2 shots on target.
How weird is that? We all agreed on an upset.
Yeah. I just want Albion to lose after Pulis' comment.
Right, moving on to the Barclays Premier League. Start Saturday. Sunderland start things off by hosting Man United at the 12:45 kickoff. This could be either the dullest game in the world or a 5-4.
The last time Sunderland hosted Man United in a 12:45 kickoff on a Saturday was Martin O'Neill's last game in charge of Sunderland. Right, it was 0-0, and there was 2 shots on target the whole game.
Right, can I ask? How do you know that?
Don't ask why I know that. Don't ask. Honestly.
Is it a lonely month for you?
I like my books, okay. No,
What type of books?
oh God. Yeah, we're hoping.
He's so disappointed.
What do you follow to know that?
Don't ask.
I've never seen Opta put out that sort of stat before.
I'm brilliant, me.
No.
We're hoping. For a
No
better
one's
game,
that brilliant, Carl.
Admittedly,
So one goal in this game is
it is Vanguard Man United. So that goes against them.
If we're talking about recent United, then we could be alright.
But Sunderland have superstar striker Patrick Van Arnold.
Not recently, he's gone off form.
2 games.
Yeah.
He scored in the last 3. 3 goals in 5 games.
It could have had a lot more if they weren't dodgy own goals as well.
Yeah, exactly. Matt Fanny.
Is that Sunderland?
It's also the John O'Shea / West Brown derby, by the way.
Oh, is it
Throw
now?
that in there.
Okay, yeah.
Cheers.
Go.
1-0 Sunderland.
That time.
1-0.
I'm going to go 3-0 United.
Oh,
Brave.
Jesse Lingard. No. Bournemouth versus Stoke in a
Go on, Staffo.
second to last match of the day.
Is there a player?
Think of a player,
There's
man.
got to be a player somewhere, haven't there?
I don't think there is.
No. Moving on.
Because I'm pretty sure no Bournemouth player has thought to themselves, do you know what, I want to move up to Stoke. Or Stoke players thought, I want to go to Bournemouth.
A lot of people are moving to Stoke next. They're just literally going, I want to know if I can do it. Can I do it on a wet and rainy Tuesday night? I mean,
I want to see Pep do it.
well, yeah.
I want
we'll
to
get
see
that.
Pep, his job is under the Kosh at Man City.
Oh.
And it's decided there. That would be amazing.
Last
The
game,
memes,
last
man.
game of the season for Pep is away to Stoke, and he's just there in his nice suit, his scarf, just being pissed on with rain, losing 2-0, going, well, I swapped Barcelona and Munich
From Manchester. Brilliant. Bournemouth Stoke then, Matt Fanny.
1-0.
Matt Ty.
Stoke Alona to win 2-1.
Stoke Alona. I'm going to go 2-2. 2-2. In the repeat...
Sort of London derby.
Sort of. It's a repeat of the 2013 Championship playoff final, which is the last time these two sides met, of course. Crystal Palace face Watford.
Think of
Okay,
a player.
yes,
You're
yes.
thinking of a player. You're looking for someone.
No, I weren't thinking of a player. It's just because last time you said a sort of London derby, you were wrong, and I thought to myself,
Yeah,
I want to hear this now.
That was me.
And no, it was you, sorry. And I thought, I want to hear this now. But then you are right, so it's fine, don't worry. But is there one?
I asked you first.
Adrian
I don't know, but is
Marietta,
there?
I'm sure played for Palace at one point.
He did, yeah.
Alright, fine.
And he played for Watford as well.
Yeah.
Boom. That'll do.
Didn't Wayne Hennessy play for Watford as well?
No, Wolves.
Wolves, that was it, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so Palace Watford, it could be an entertaining game because both very attack-minded sides, and both sides can't really defend either. Do you know what I mean?
Can't, yeah.
So, Matt Fanny, how many goals?
It's the game of the Tottenham rejects with Andy Bayor versus Aurelio Gomez.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I'm going to go 0-0. Igalo's off form.
I set you up.
Goals. 0-0.
I give you the big introduction.
Okay, thank you.
Matt Ty.
3-1 Palace.
I'm going 3-3. I'm going to stick to what I said. Why not?
I feel I upset you.
Right, Romelu Lukaku derby of Everton versus West Brom. Straight in there. Boom.
Yes. Everton, West Brom. Everton have to win games like that if they have any chance of the Europa League, surely. Matt Fanny.
Is that Everton, yeah?
Yeah.
It's at Everton.
3-0 Everton.
3-0 Everton, West Brom to have one shot on target.
I'm going to go 3-0 Everton and West Brom have no shots on target.
Look, we're not
you,
starting this
Pulis.
trend of trying to figure out how many shots a team has.
It's just West Brom because of what he said.
Yeah, I know.
Right, Norwich, West Ham. Players, anyone?
Rob
Green.
Dean Ashton.
Dean Ashton.
Dean Ashton, Rob Green.
Boom.
Boom. Check
Job
one,
done.
anyone.
Same teams as well. in terms of like the same era they both played.
What do you mean same team?
You know what I meant? I meant they both played for Norwich at the same time. Yeah, Norwich, West Ham, Matt Thanney.
You idiot.
I knew what I meant.
2-1 West Ham.
Matt?
2-0 West Ham. I don't see Norwich scoring a goal.
1-1.
All right then.
You right there? 1-1.
I couldn't choose. The Jack Cork derby.
Damn, beat me to it.
Swansea, Southampton. There are more players as well, I'm pretty sure.
Doubt it.
Nah, Southampton only sailed for Liverpool.
Or Arsenal. Matt Thanney.
Swansea have come back into form recently. Yeah, they had a few dodgy results of late, but they're on a good ground now. But Saints are doing really well and not conceding.
It's one of the toughest ones to pick of the weekend.
I'm going to go 0-0, I think. Just because Fraser Forster's doing really well, but...
Fraser Forster.
Yeah?
Fraser Forster.
We'll blame that he's ill. He couldn't get it out. It's fine.
What did I say?
Fraser Forster.
Oh, Forster.
Isn't that a Celtic player?
Oh, I'm sorry, I pronounced it wrong.
No, 0-0. Matt Ty.
I tend to agree with him. 0-0. I think it's going to be a solid midfield battle.
Yeah, in the last on match of the day derby, I'm going to go 0-0.
I thought you were about to say like, when he said midfield, I thought he was going to explain where the midfield was for a sec. I was like, don't you dare.
Yeah, the midfield play in the middle of the park.
Damien Duff derby.
Yeah, Jeremy as well.
Jeremy.
There's plenty actually between Chelsea and Newcastle. There've got to be loads. There's lots of little transfers gone on there.
Yeah, there is, to be fair.
Matt
Dennis
Thanney's
Wise.
thinking.
Is he
Yeah,
in the background
Dennis
of
Wise.
Newcastle?
Matt Thanney's got.
Is he thinking of a player or a scoreline?
Good blimey, I'm not thinking this out about a scoreline, trust me. Oh god, it's such a hard game. Both teams are doing so well.
Rude Hullet as well.
Oh, games really good.
That's an old school one.
I don't know.
No. All right. Yeah, Matt Thanney, Chelsea Newcastle in the Saturday night football.
I'll be there.
2-0 Chelsea. Oh, you'll be there. Oh, 0-0.
Protest at 77 minutes.
Now, Newcastle fans do that at 65, because that's when the last time they won anything.
Newcastle's protests go, 10 minutes into the game, if we're not playing well, we take our tops off. If we're playing well, we take our tops off. If we're not playing, we take our tops off.
If it's snowing, we take our tops
Yeah.
off.
If we score in the first 10 minutes, we bring a Greggs with us.
It gets to 80 minutes. We're losing, we're going to leave. Where's my top?
It's on the pitch, Derek.
Oh, great.
Derek.
Derek, yeah, that's a proper Newcastle name, that, isn't it? Derek. Yeah, all right. Matt Ty.
2-0 Chelsea.
I'm going to go...
Go on, join us.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Croaky over there.
And
Join us.
so it's Matt Ty going 2-0. Kermit the Frog going 2-0. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea.
Right.
Nice one.
God. I'm just going to turn Matt Thanney's mic down. Arsenal Leicester in the biggest game of the weekend. Can Leicester get the third win out of the three big games?
Up first is Kermit the Frog. If he's not dead.
Do you want us to come back to you?
1-0. Oh my god.
Matt Ty.
2-1 Leicester. Is there a player, by the way?
Yeah, there is.
I'm pretty sure there is. I can't think of any.
I don't think there is, actually. Danny Simpson was Man United, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there is somewhere. Oh. No. Yeah.
There is somewhere. No.
No, I can't remember.
Still your prediction, though.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-2 Arsenal.
Ooh.
Mm.
In the second of the Super Sunday triple bill is the Christian Benteke derby of Aston Villa hosting
Or the Peter
Liverpool.
Crouch derby. I prefer Peter Crouch. Milner derby.
Yeah.
The Boreham Wood derby.
Yeah.
Ali Sissoko.
Oh, Ali Sissoko.
Boom!
Oh, Thiago Ilori derby as well. He was on loan at us at the start of the season. He's
But
back.
he never
Did,
played.
Just go.
Still there.
Just go.
Counts.
Still there. He had a squad number and everything. But he never played.
Still counts.
He had a shirt.
So like Theo Walcott at the 2006 World Cup. I was there.
yeah, just like. Oh, I remember when I was at the 2006. Well, you were at the 2000. I was there, all right. I was in the squad.
Here's a little fact for you.
Okay.
You know, no, and this is actually true. I looked it up just before the podcast.
So it's not a day fact.
Riyad Mahrez was not in the squad for the Algeria World Cup, but yet was called up late to it.
So he
Was
So
called
he
up
was
late
in the
to
squad. He
it.
was.
Wait. No, he was called up late to it,
Yeah, got
which
ya.
prompted Claudio Ranieri to sign him for Leicester.
Ranieri never signed him. It was Pearson.
You did so
Pearson,
well. You were doing so
Pearson.
well. Give you that one. Yeah, Villa Liverpool. Matt Thorney.
Oh, good blimey. At Villa as well.
Chris
In
is cool.
form.
We are in form, yo.
That's the Villa of the form team in this
No,
game.
no, we are 1 loss in the last 6 games, something like that. 2 losses, something like that. That ain't bad for us.
Are you slowly going up to the actual real how
6
many
losses
matches?
in 6. No.
And we played well and got more than 3 shots on target.
I mean, apart from the City game and the West Ham game, there's the 2 losses. We were unbeaten for a while, so
I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool.
get out. I hope the Muppets don't come back.
Mana.
I hope Sky cancel you. Matt Ty.
I think 2-2. I have a feeling it could be a draw.
0-0. We've kept a clean sheet. We've got to keep an eye. They're like buses. Although in Birmingham, a bus is usually the tyres are ripped off
And late.
and late, always late. Yeah. Okay. Manchester City Tottenham is the final game. It's a bumper Sunday.
Duty Ham.
Man City Tottenham.
Emmanuel Adebayor derby.
Emmanuel Adebayor.
Probably better players.
There are more. There has to be more, surely. There are more.
You-
Feel it.
There are more.
Vedran Chorluka derby. Yes. Smashed it.
I don't think there is
Wow.
actually. Is there?
Vedran Chorluka.
I don't think there is. apart
Can't
from
beat that one.
No.
No. That's something. Oh dear. Matt, prediction.
Okay.
Top that. Top Vedran Chorluka.
By the way, if anyone's listening to this and can beat any of our predictions or has got any more, please let us know. And the best ones we will mention next week if we remember.
Or get any.
Big if, but we will try. Yeah. This we want comments, damn it. Matt Thorney.
It's quite entertaining.
3-all.
Did you just work that on? He messed on his phone for a little while, so it's like he was calculating. If he scores and then he scores... and
No,
then
so
he's-
I remember.
If he scored-
6 divided by... 3-3.
No,
If
so
City scored
it's
three
so when I
times
put
at three.
it's so when I put the accumulator on the weekend, I know what I went for.
Matt Tay.
See, like Tony said, City haven't won any games against the current
They are
top
looking for a
6.
revenge against Tottenham, though.
They are, but they've been looking against revenge for other teams and haven't done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's not
Tottenham-
really the best thing to say. I'll be honest.
Tottenham are the form team, which I really don't like saying.
Would you rather them than Arsenal? Let's be honest.
Tottenham 2-1.
4-1 City.
Revenge.
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 Revenge is best, sweet. Yeah, that's the end of our predictions, and with 4 minutes over, so that ain't bad this week, actually.
We spent most of those trying to think of players.
Yeah, damn it. See, if
Send us predictions.
yeah,
for
send
players
us
for the
predictions
next week
with
of
players, and we
fixtures
can
we'll
just
do it.
read them out and make it easier.
Is next week a cup? Is next week the FA Cup?
Even better. You get some absolute corkers in there.
Chelsea, Manchester
Stephen
City, Sean Wright
Corkers.
Phillips. Called it already. Sean Wright Phillips derby. Chelsea City.
Try and remember it for next week.
I won't.
Okay.
Finish the show, damn it!
I will finish the show. Make sure you join us next week. As you say, we've got FA Cup predictions, looking back on the Premier League week. We've got a lot to go through.
The
Probably
return of Europe.
we'll probably have Gary Neville back on Sky Sports after being sacked by next week. So Lots to go through. So make sure you join us then from the two Matts in the studio and myself.
Thank you.
Doodles.
We'll see you next week.